Hey everyone, welcome back to the Poplar Report. I am in Paris, France. I'm going to answer your questions. I got your questions right here. I got a whole bunch picked out. They're kind of representative of other ones, so some of you guys asked the same thing. Didn't want to repeat too many times, but I got some crows in the background, but we're doing things a little bit differently. I got my iPad balanced on this light pole right here, so this looks like it should work. You usually don't see my cell phone, but you are seeing it right now because I need it for the questions and everything. Plus, I'm going to answer one of your questions with it. All right, so first question about this trip and everything is church money paying for this trip? And the answer to that is definitively no. I did not fundraise for this. I'm not using any kind of church money or anything like that. Now, I tell you guys that I'm a pastor, but I am not a paid pastor. So I don't get paid to be a pastor anywhere. I do work online with the Bible studies as well as I volunteer at my church. So there is that. Now we have, so that did not fundraise for anything like that, and that is nothing along those lines. All right, two. Hey Steve, are you coming to the UK? So the original plan was for me to actually go to Scotland and do the Great Glen Way, that's what it's called, the Great Glen Way, and then the UK started arresting people who posted anything about the riots, protests that they had there. And I had posted some of the videos about the riots and protests. So if I show up in the UK, theoretically they could just arrest me. They're saying that they would arrest me. So that's not a good idea. So that's kind of how I cobbled together this trip, going to some of the World War II sites that I haven't been to because of my grandfather, as well as going to a few countries up north and also getting out to the Russian border for some videos for this channel and everything. All right, so I'm not going to the UK anytime soon until they at least lift those laws, or at least they're not prosecuting people for those things anymore. Where do you get all the money to take a world tour? Well, I think the first big thing with this is the fact that I am working. I am able to work from the road because you guys are my work. YouTube is my job, and I'm an accountant by trade, but I am a YouTuber by job right now. So you guys, through watching videos and through a sponsorship with Genesis Gold, I'm able to focus full-time on YouTube, which is a lot of work, friends. Any of you have YouTubers that you watch, that you regularly, these guys put in a ridiculous amount of time, and the better you do, the more time you're putting in, really. I put in a lot of days, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week to keep these videos up and keep everything going. And I am working on those things while I'm on the road here. I'm on the trains and on the buses, but I'm up late at night compiling updates and keeping up with everything going on there. So, and then the other side of the question, that's the income side of the question. The opposite side of the question, which is how am I affording all this, is that I'm traveling super cheap. I travel with public transportation. This was the first trip I've ever rented a car, and it was because renting a car in Iceland and renting a car in Finland was the only way to kind of get to some of the places that I wanted to get to. So I rented a car at those two places, but you can get a cheap rental car. Everywhere else, I travel by buses. I don't do taxis. So saving money on travel. And then like my first 3 nights in Iceland, I did not have my own bathroom. I was in these little cubbyhole rooms, or I was in a barrel the first night. And it was almost like camping. And then they had like a shipping container with bathrooms. So staying at really cheap places. I stayed at a hostel in Luxembourg because prices were just expensive there. My father actually stayed in that same hostel back a long time ago. So basically keeping costs really low, and the fact that I'm able to continue working. I'm a nomad, a digital nomad is what they say about that. So it doesn't really, I'm not taking a lot of vacation time or something like that. So that's kind of how that kind of works with that. Another question here. Kind of asking the same thing, but then has another twist to that. You must have a lot of cash to travel this way, but why are you in these countries? So can I answer that question? It's not really all that expensive what I'm doing. I just put everything together myself. I'm not having a travel agent or anything like that organizing anything. I did do some cheap tours at D-Day and St. Michel or St. Michael, Mont St. Michael. That was more of a shuttle. They just drove me there and dropped me off, and they're like, you're on your own. D-Day, there was a lot of sights to see, so I did get a tour for that. This is kind of uncharacteristic for me, but with my grandfather jumping on D-Day as a paratrooper, I thought that was a good interest of mine. But the second part of the question here is, why are you in these countries? One is some of these countries I've never been to. So I've been to France before, but I've never been to Normandy. I've never been to Bastogne. I really wanted to go see those things, and also to bring you guys along for the ride. I figured you guys would find those places interesting as well, because a lot of you guys are never going to travel there, and thought you might want to see them. And the big thing is I've been trying to get into shape. So everywhere I've been going, I've been doing a lot of walking, and walking everywhere. When you're using public transportation, you got to walk a lot, right? Because getting between metros, subways, buses. Like last night, I was about 2 kilometers away from my train station. So I had to walk from the train station over, and then this morning I had to run over to, I was actually running a little late, so I actually literally ran with my backpack to the train station, and then taking the metro, but then kind of wandering around a little bit here in Paris in my couple minutes. So exercise is the big thing, and to see things, and also take you guys to some interesting places. I figured you guys would like to go to Finland and go see the Russian border for yourselves through the video. All right, is Steve traveling Europe by himself? The answer, that's like going to see a movie, but by yourself on steroids. So the answer is yes. Yes, I am traveling alone. This is a light pole holding the iPad that I'm recording on. So there's that. Yeah, it's you meet lots of people along the way, at the hostels especially, and then on tours and stuff like that. Even the public transportation, you meet a lot of people as you go. When you're traveling by yourself, you meet people a lot easier than when you're traveling with somebody. Steve, what are you using to record these videos while on the go and outdoors? The video quality looks great in my opinion. Right now, I am recording on an iPad, but I don't usually record on that iPad. I am mostly recording on my iPhone. So the idea is an iPhone with a gimbal. This is a DJI. I believe it's an Osmo. So the gimbal just kind of like that, and it should right itself. There we go. And so that's the gimbal there. And then you can just do that, and it stays nice and stable. So that's the answer to it. A lot of YouTubers are using cell phones again. I tried using all sorts of fancy cameras and stuff like that, but you can see, I think Wranglestar did just a recent video on that too, that he's gone back to an iPhone or a cell phone. So Galaxies, Samsung Galaxies and iPhones, they've gotten to a point where the cameras on them are like as good or better than most cameras, and they're just so much more user-friendly and so easy to transfer information off of them. So basically I'm using my iPad and my cell phone, and then microphones. I'm still using the DJI microphones. They make drones and stuff like that. So if you're looking for video quality out there, look no further than your cell phone. You can really get some really good looking videos out there with your cell phone these days. And I'm trying to pack really, really light because I have to carry everything on my back. All right, another question here along some of the line there. My friend is curious, is this trip comped by European clients? And he is actually working while making videos. So yeah, like I said, I'm working as I am going. And my only clients are YouTube, you guys, with ads and such, and then with the Genesis Gold. But Genesis Gold does not contractually make me say anything. They do not have any editorial control over what I say. I don't have anyone pulling my strings telling me this is the agenda, this is that agenda. If I don't think you guys are going to like something, I'm just going to not say anything about that topic. But the things that you guys want to hear from me, that I agree with and such, I tell you and let you know what's going on in the news. If I disagree with you guys on something, you know, I'll sometimes say I hear a lot of this going on out there. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's the right assessment. I'll let you know that when I know a lot of you guys disagree with me, I don't beat you over the head with it because, yeah, I mean, we don't agree on everything. I get that. Okay, here's another one. Popped. Let me know, guys, if you like this Q&A kind of session. If you do, make sure you hit the like button and let me know down in the comments too if you like hearing me answer a bunch of questions, because we might have more of that coming up here if you guys want it. All right, when you get back home, how much weight do you think you will have lost walking? I'm hoping a large amount because I'm not done walking. Let's just say that. I'm planning on doing a good bit more walking, and I feel a lot better already. I don't know how much weight I've lost. I may have put on a bunch of muscle to compensate for some of the fat loss, but I don't know. Do I look a little healthier than I did a couple weeks ago? Let me know. Who are you traveling with, and are you on a missions trip? So that really gets into the question, what is a mission trip? And I believe a mission trip should have a purpose, a clearly defined purpose. And I do not have a clearly defined purpose that is about promoting Christian work abroad. But as I go, I am a Christian and I do talk to people about Jesus all the time. And I've gotten to talk to a number of people already on this trip. I got to give one backpacker a ride for 2 hours in my car in Iceland. He was a French guy who's working as an itinerant worker in Iceland, and we had a very deep, long conversation about faith, and he doesn't really believe in God, so we talked a lot about that and how Jesus is the only way. Interestingly enough, he had a conversation a little whiles back when somebody said some very similar things to him. Some of the words I said really triggered him. I said that that Jesus is clean. I was talking about getting clean through Jesus and through the forgiveness of sin and such. And he said, that's exactly what this other guy said. He said that Jesus is clean. And it's kind of a weird phrasing. I don't usually say things like that. And just it was kind of just a Holy Spirit moment. So, but by and large, this is not a mission trip, but I'm going to be around a lot of people shortly that I'll be able to talk to and everything. So, all right, I'm in France. So someone asked, did you remember to pack your yellow vest? And the answer is no, I did not. And I am trying to not get kicked out of this country just yet. Okay, so I don't think you're allowed to protest here as a foreigner. When you're traveling abroad, you have to be even more careful about protesting, because some countries, a lot of countries actually have rules where if you're a foreigner, you don't have the right to publicly be politically active, even in a protest. So anyway, why are you still online from your holiday? So this isn't a holiday in the sense that I'm not working. It's a holiday in the sense that I'm traveling while I'm working. So I can, that was been the idea, is that if I can do all this from home, maybe I can kind of do this from the road and get healthy, get out of my studio. You guys haven't really seen my studio, but it's upstairs, one of my upstairs bedrooms, and I have the windows blacked out so that it doesn't mess up the lighting. It's kind of depressing in there, and the fact that I would sometimes spend 10, 12 hours a day in that room and not knowing whether it's nighttime or daytime, it's really not good, not healthy. And as you guys have seen, I've put on a lot of weight over the past 3 years since I started YouTube. I've gone from, I think I was at like 270, and I went up to like 310 at a peak there. I'm very unhealthy, very not good. And so that's some of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. But like everything in preparedness, it's great to do things that are double duty, triple duty. So it's not just getting in shape, but it's also getting in shape and seeing things, continuing my work, going places where I have good internet access, and also taking you guys to places that you can see online that I think will benefit the videos a little bit, at least, you know. All right, hey Steve, when did you hike the Appalachian Trail? So I did hike the Appalachian Trail in 5 segments. So it's 2,100 miles and changes every year. But I hiked the Appalachian Trail between 2005 and 2015. So it was a number of years ago, right? And I did it in 5 trips. Each one was like a month long, except for one of them was 2 months long. So that will become maybe a little more apparent and a little more applicable when we talk again tomorrow. If I go to other countries, will they give me free stuff? No, friends, that's just other people coming to the United States. That's when you get free stuff. So you have to become a citizen of another country, renounce your U.S. citizenship, and then you have to climb back into the U.S. before you get your free stuff. Sorry about that. Steve, you have the same one shirt on each day on every video on your travels. Why? Because I'm carrying everything in my bag, and I do have different undershirts, but yes, I only have one overshirt at this point, and I'm not sure I'm even going to keep that. So this shirt's my travel shirt, and it's great for because it's got pockets, and everybody loves pockets. Every single piece of clothing you have should have pockets on it, or else why do you have that piece of clothing, right? So I'm hand washing stuff, and there's laundry machines at certain locations and stuff, but hand washing my socks, hand washing my underwear, hand washing my undershirts, hand washing my shirt. Yeah. All right, next question. Who is filming you? Or do you have a special gizmo in front of you? I already showed you my gimbal. So basically I just hold it out, and it stabilizes so that it gives you a real smooth, non-shaky image. I know some of you guys don't like the movement of it, but I promise you it's so much better than me just holding the cell phone. So no one's filming me. I am literally putting you on this little post thing. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow you over again. I actually lost a take because of that. What a trip you are on, and it's not just for your exercise. That's right. Double duty, triple duty. That's all what you want to do out there, right? Are you running all around the globe or what? So no. I've got one major place we're going next, and we're going to be there for a bit. But I will be home for the election. That is the plan at this point. So that should tell you kind of a little bit of a timetable kind of thing. Looks like you aren't worried about anything. World traveler, who financed your trip? We already answered that last part of the question, but looks like I'm not worried about anything. I am worried about a lot of stuff. You know me. I am very concerned with the state of affairs out there. But friends, also, you got to live your life. You got to live your life. And you need to get as prepared as you can. You need to get your ducks in a row. And let's just say it this way. If I hop on a plane or a ship, get back to the United States, get to my house, I'm good. I'm good. Even if I get to my house and I have to grab stuff and leave, I know where I'm going. I'm set. I just have my ducks in a row, and because of that, I'm able to come from a place of security. But the thing is that if SHTF stuff doesn't hit the fan in the near future, or things hold together a little bit, or things just become a slow burn or whatever, and my health keeps going the way it's going, I'm going to not live to eat all of my preps, okay? So you gotta figure things out, and like I said, you gotta keep living your life. You need to be cautious and everything, but generally speaking, I figure that most things won't happen bad enough that I won't be able to at least catch a ship back to the U.S. Good things. And if things go super bad in the U.S., well then it's kind of good for me not to be there. If things get bad here, the United States will help evacuate American citizens, generally speaking. Why go to Europe to get healthy? Yeah, so at some point you got to go, well, you could stay home, you could try and do the same thing that you're doing, but if you keep doing the same thing and it's not working and it keeps not working, believing that it's going to work next time, you know, I've joined gyms, I've had all sorts of workout plans, I have all sorts of strategies and everything like that, and just it hasn't worked. And why hasn't it worked? Well, because it's a weakness of mine. I like to eat, and I eat too much, and then I stress, and I also don't get out and exercise because I'm always trying to get the next news story. I'm always trying to get the next update. I'm always kind of focusing in on honing everything. So, friends, if you're doing something again and again, don't tell yourself, I just need to be a stronger person and just do it harder. Sometimes the best thing you can do is change your scenario, change your environment. That's what they say is change your environment, and it's a lot easier to change your behavior. In Amsterdam, you experienced one of the original 15-minute cities. Quite nice, isn't it? Yes, it was very nice. And a lot of things in Europe are very nice. What's not nice is some of the overbearing, controlling things that they demand, like your plastic bottle caps have to stay attached to the bottle. That's really annoying. There's a lot of other annoying things. They don't believe in screens here. It's just dumb. But having the mass transit is very nice. Now, is it nicer than having a car? I've done the math on it and such, and I don't think it is. But, you know, there's a lot of nice things about it, and a lot more people walking, a lot more people social, a lot more people interacting with each other than you see in the U.S. So there is a lot of pluses to say about a lot of the things. The 15-minute cities would be nice. I don't want to be forced into one, but the 15-minute city, the idea that everything within your, that you need is within 15 minutes of you, and public transit getting there is available, sounds really nice. It's not great for capitalism, but other than that, it is really nice. So those are my thoughts. Those are a bunch of questions answered. If you guys have more questions, if you want me to do another one of these, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Thanks so much for joining with us. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.